Hi, it's Guy DiMartino. I am a personal injury and civil litigation lawyer, and I'd like to talk today a little bit about something that happens frequently. I see it in medical malpractice cases, and I also see it in a number of phone calls that I receive. And this is a typical phone call that I'll receive. I'll receive a phone call from somebody, either from a patient's family or the patient themselves, and they said, well, I went to see another doctor, and the other doctor said, well, you need to go and see a lawyer. Or recently I received a phone call from somebody who said, well, I spoke to this financial advisor from another group and I told them the facts about what happened. And they said, well, that should have never happened. You need to go ahead and see a lawyer. And many times, I understand that these folks are trying to give good advice, either the doctor or the financial advisor or somebody else, to the person who appears to be either injured or aggrieved. But many times these folks do not know the law or how things fit in. For instance, in medical malpractice cases, a number of times, I went ahead and called this doctor who allegedly was critical of the other doctor, and then the doctor totally backs off for what the patient believes that they heard in their office. Additionally, doctors know the medicine, but they don't know the law that will apply to the medicine. For instance, a surgeon who may have come in and done a second surgery on somebody may go to the patient after the surgery and said, I went in the surgery, I saw this, this, and this. I wouldn't have done it that way. Just because Dr. 2 wouldn't have done it that way, or they would have done another procedure, does not make Dr. 1 negligent, and it does not necessarily mean that Dr. 1 committed malpractice. You see, there's something in medicine called clinical judgment, and doctors are able to use their clinical judgment when they are treating patients. You see, the standard is standard of care. And what that means is that a reasonable, prudent physician in the same or similar circumstances would have done a same or similar thing. So if somebody is doing back surgery or somebody's doing neck surgery, and one doctor's preference is to enter the area through the front or the anterior, and another doctor's preference is to go ahead and enter through the posterior or the rear, and a subsequent doctor says, well, I wouldn't have done it that way, doesn't mean that the exposure from either the front or the back was malpractice or wrong. Likewise, if another professional, whether it's an accountant or a financial advisor, says, hey, I wouldn't have done it that way, you need to go and see a lawyer, that is not gospel. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person did something wrong. So that is why lawyers will ask you, well, really don't tell me about what the other doctor said yet or what somebody else said. Why don't you tell me all the facts as you know it, and then we will analyze those facts against the law. If you have any questions about a personal injury matter or a negligence matter, you can always reach out to me. I am Guy DiMartino. Have yourself a great day.